In the United States, universities are required to provide equal opportunity in all educational realms. This is because of an amendment in the Federal Education Amendments called Title IX. The 1972 amendment states that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, and be subjected to discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. While we most commonly associate Title IX to include athletics and sexual harassment, it also protects individuals in instances of being able to obtain equal access to educational institutions, protect the right of pregnant and parenting students to ensure that they are not excluded from educational opportunities, and to provide equal employment in federally funded educational institutions. Today, we will be viewing Title IX from the perspective of athletics. Title IX has had an impact on many collegiate women's sports, but one in particular is the University of Texas's women's basketball team. 2 years after Title IX was signed, the University of Texas had to fulfill the requirements of the amendment, and this is what led to the creation of the university's women's basketball team. This was the first female basketball team to be recognized as a collegiate varsity basketball team for female athletes at the university. However, we do see that Title IX is not always followed. For instance, in 1994, the University of Texas was found to have violated the terms of Title IX. One difficult part of this settlement for UT was that athletics was never explicitly mentioned in the actual amendment. However, it does include admissions, scholarships, housing, sexual harassment, and employment discrimination. There was a lot of controversy over whether the NCAA should recognize Title IX, and the Health, Education, and Welfare had a different take on Title IX, which is why a new policy was implemented known as the Compliance Test. The Compliance Test composed of 3 checkpoints that had to be followed to ensure equal protections among students. This included athletic financial assistance, accommodation of student interests, and athletic benefits and opportunities, which are all represented in Title IX. However, President Reagan's Civil Rights Restoration Act expanded what was included in Title IX and included athletic programs. Thus, in 1994, the University of Texas violated these terms of equal athletic opportunity, and in their settlement agreed to create the female soccer team. To learn more about how Title IX enforcement, check out our timeline and learn about how UT's own women's athletics program had their concerns about following it. In 2002, Title IX was renamed the Patsy Takemoto Mink Equal Opportunity and Education Act. This was because Patsy Takemoto Mink was one of the co-founders of Title IX, and due to her own experiences in education and discrimination, she fought to create Title IX, which was why it was named after her for her contributions. In present day, we are seeing more interest in Title IX regarding name, image, and likeness deals known as NIL deals. While Title IX does prohibit unequal allocations of funds, the nicheness of deals makes this decision hard to understand if Title IX should be included in these deals. But the Department of Education argued that this creates sex-based discrepancies in athletics if NIL is not maintained. On January 16, 2025, they released a 9-page fact sheet that upheld this claim. But this did not last long, and in February of 2025, just the following month, the Department of Education announced that it would not force universities to equally distribute their NIL funds across male and female sports. Within the next few months, and possibly even years, we will see changes to Title IX as we see more female sports begin to grow and blossom. If you'd like to learn more about women's sports, be sure to look at our timeline on the history of the University of Texas's women's basketball team. Thank you.